Hello. You're joining my channel. You're welcome. So I'm holding I don't know if you can see this properly. This is let me bring it closer. This is vitamin D. So I'm asking, does vitamin D help shrink fibroid? Fibroid is one of the things women experience in their 20s, in their 30s. These days, you don't even have to be old. You don't even have to be old to start, experiencing fibroid. You're welcome. You say you're French. I can't speak French. I can only speak English. I don't know if this light is okay. Let me change the light to another one. I think this one is okay. So, as I was talking about fibroid, it can still stay. You don't have to go. One major thing people don't understand about vitamin D is that vitamin D is very, very important when it comes to fibroid. And as a black girl, as a black man, because our skin acts like a sunscreen. So, so even if you are joining my life, you're welcome. Do wait, don't just go. Do wait to subscribe before you go. So our black melanin, will I say, black women are prone to developing fibroid compared to white women. And you ask me, why is it so? Why is it that we black women are more prone to developing fibroid unlike white women? If you check well, even if in a hot climate, even if in a hot climate, you see that our melanin plays a role because our melanin don't allow much absorption of this vitamin D because our skin makes vitamin D, the sunlight. You get it from the sunlight, then the skin makes it, then activates it, send it to the places, it use. Then for fibroid, what this vitamin D does is that it helps to close those fibroid receptors in your womb because fibroids are non-cancerous growth in the womb. Sorry, I don't know how to discuss much, so I kind of shy with camera. So fibroids are non-cancerous growths. They are more sensitive to estrogen and progesterone. I know that these two hormones are, like say, the major hormones that regulate our cycles as women, that regulate both our menstrual cycles, conception. When you conceive, progesterone is one of the hormones that helps retain that baby, that helps for implantation. So that's why in some cases, when a woman is pregnant, when they have fibroid, the fibroid tends to increase during pregnancy, like the growth tends to increase during pregnancy. This is because of it feeds majorly on estrogen and progesterone. So on a norm, our cells, unhealthy cells dies off naturally. The body renew itself. But one thing about these fibrous cells is that they are very stubborn. They don't die off. They don't die off. Fibroid can be in your womb for years. So they don't die off. So that is where this vitamin D comes in. Vitamin D helps to, let's say, slow their growth by closing those receptors. Receptors are like doors. I don't know how to explain it. Receptors are like doors that allowed something to comes in. You understand? So this fibroid in our womb has a lot of receptors, and these receptors feed majorly on these hormones. These hormones are one of the, will I say, things that helps them to grow more. So when you take vitamin D, you can see I do take them. I don't sleep on this supplement. See this, even if I don't have any other supplement at home. You see vitamin D, I don't joke with it. So what this vitamin D does is that it closes those receptors, which helps to shrink, like slow down their growth. I've heard of several stories of women that had fibroid and they are diagnosed of fibroid and they started taking vitamin D consistently. In some cases, the fibroids even have to shrink. I've it's the stories, just go online and read about it. Women, so not like vitamin D replaces medical surgery. No, in some cases you need surgery, particularly if the fibroid is large enough, because it's not everything that's, if the fibroid is large enough, then you can undergo surgery for it. So it helps to close their receptors, which helps to slow their growth. Sorry, let me drink this. I don't know if my interaction, please, if you're enjoying what I'm saying, you can just give a hi on the comment section. And if you're joining my live, don't wait to subscribe. Don't just go without subscribing. I think I need to open this window because I'm feeling a little bit of heat. So I tend to open the windows because of I'm feeling it over here. One misconception people some persons have about women with fibroids, they will say like there was this I was going through social media once at a time, and women I saw a video of a woman that was diagnosed with fibroid, and I have to read the comment section what some men we are saying. One commented, uh, women should marry early. That why would they wait till 30 years? Why would they wait till 35 years to get married? That will I say giving birth early helps to prevent will I say fibroid. Like the man was like body shaming women, like blaming fibroid on mostly age. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Some of these men don't really understand all these things. They'll just come online and be blaming women. Maybe if you have this because of your promiscuous, you drank a lot of things, you aborted this, you did that. It's not always the case. So people should stop, you know, creating misconception about something they have no idea of. Sometimes this fibroid of a thing, the cause is unknown. Even if it doesn't have to do it, it has nothing to do with being promiscuous. Yes, you can have fibroid even in your early 20s. You heard me, early 20s. You can have it in your 30s. And giving birth does not stop you from having fibroid as a woman, no. So like the comments the man was saying that women should start giving birth early, all those things. Giving birth early, I won't dispute the fact is good because of our biological clock, you understand, but it does not automatically prevent a woman from developing fibroid. So this is one of the misconceptions people don't really understand about fibroid. Our melanin plays a role. In fact, 2 to 3 times black women are more likely to have fibroid compared to white women. White women they don't suffer all this fibroid issue that is more common to us black women. White women don't suffer all these things. They don't have this much issues that black women are suffering about fibroid. And you ask yourself why. Genetic plays a role. Genetic plays a role, our melanin plays a role because our body, our skin cannot make enough vitamin D. And this has nothing to do about being exposed to sun, even if you're exposed to sun. In fact, someone that is not much darker, like has less melanin, if you should bring a white woman now outside the sun and you bring a black woman outside the sun, you expose them to the same amount of sun maybe for some hours. So it shows that that white lady, or maybe that lady that that has lesser melanin, we absorb more vitamin D compared to the black woman, like the one that has more melanin. So this has nothing to do with being promiscuous. Because some men once some people are just on, like I say, they are not on informed, so they tend to say a lot of hurtful things to women that go through such situations, you understand, that have such kind of issues. Say because of your promiscuous, you're this, you're that, you get married early, blah blah blah, you give birth, blah blah blah, early, blah blah blah. Giving birth does not stop a woman from having fibroid. So it's good to be educated, to be informed. If you have questions, you can drop it in the comment section. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. So firstly, I don't have fibroid, but I this is just something I just want to discuss about women. And as a young girl, you don't have to wait till you have fibroid before you start taking this. But as a matter of fact, I started taking this supplement earlier. Like When I discovered that out of 85% of women with fibroid have low vitamin D, I say, that means low vitamin D increases your risk and growth of developing, like increases the risk of developing fibroid. So I started adding these supplements. I started adding vitamin D as one of the supplements I take years back. So if you're a lady and you maybe you're on childbearing age, you don't have to wait till you have fibroid before you start. They say prevention is better than cure. That's what they say. Prevention is better than cure. I prefer preventing things. If you know all those things you can do that at least can help you prevent some kind of things. So you can't be sleeping on vitamin D. Vitamin D is good, not just solely for fibroid. A lot of things it does in our body. So you don't have to sleep on this supplement if you're a young lady, whether you have fibroid or you don't have fibroid, start taking it. Include it in your daily supplement. You must not take it like every day constantly. No, me, it's not even every day I take it. Anytime I want, I just take it. Like sometimes I can just take it on a real 1 week. Sometimes I can even forget. It's not like, or just include it like in your daily supplement. I don't know. So if you want any question, you want to ask any question, you can drop it in the comment section. This is a 1000 IU 100 tablets. It also have what they call it, 12,000 IU. But I think that one is very high. And one thing about this vitamin is that the body doesn't absorb it that much. So if you must take these fat soluble vitamins, because they are fat soluble vitamins, you have to take them. If you have something like avocado, all this food that has fats, avocado, your olive oil, your coconut oil, or and coconut, can chew coconut, all those fats kind of food source. It's very, very good when taking them, you take them together with this type of fat soluble vitamins because it helps the body to absorb it properly. So even if you take them, maybe it's 1000 IU, the absorption is where the problem also lies. So you need to take food that will also help to absorb them because they are fat soluble vitamins. They need fat source of food to help in absorption. Why should I stand up? Oh, we don't do that here. For what? Why should I stand up? Should I show you my ring? I'm a married woman, please. I don't do that. So I know what you want to do. You're a bad guy, but no, 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 no. We don't do that here. Okay, you want to see my height? Mm, okay, I am. Is it? Don't worry. I can't remember. But I'm not short. Okay, I'm not short. I'm a very tall girl. I'm not short. I'm not short. Oh, you're gorgeous. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So, out of 85% of women that are diagnosed of fibroid, out of 85% of them are low, they have low vitamin D. That's how serious it is. That's how serious it is. Imagine 85% of women that have fibroid are low on vitamin D based on studies. That should tell you something. That should tell you that low vitamin D in your body as a black woman increases risk of you having fibroid. I'm not saying that vitamin D is the only cause of, maybe low vitamin D is the only cause directly automatically means that you have fibroid. No, that's not what I meant. You can have low vitamin D as a lady, as a woman, and you don't have fibroid. But just that the low vitamin D increases your risks of having fibroid. There's several causes, so many things can result to fibroid, like a person having fibroid. Genetic can play a role. So many hormonal issues can play a role. A lot of things. So but this particular one is the one I'm focusing on, low vitamin D. Maybe other subsequent times I can discuss about stand up first. No, I don't. No, I can't. I don't want to. So many things can contribute to a woman from developing fibroid. I don't know if you're enjoying my life. If my life interesting, then I would like to come. I would like to be coming live. I don't know. I'm not that bold when it comes to camera. So this life something I'm just learning it. Not that bold when it comes to camera. Child. Someone is calling me child. You know how old I am. You're calling me child. You want me to tell you my age? I'm not a child. I'm a full grown lady. If you're joining my life, you're welcome. Do wait to subscribe. Don't just go without subscribing. I'm a full grown lady. I'm not a child, okay? If you're joining my life, you're welcome. Do wait to subscribe. I need to get water. I'm tasty. I'll be back. Let me get water. What are you saying? Are you really married? Now you stand. I went to take water, not because of you asked me to stand up. Oh. I was tasty because of heat. So I needed to go and take water. Come back. I'm back now. And one more thing about fibroid is that we women should understand is that pregnancy also help to reduce the risks. Like women that have not given birth for long, like you're human, you stay in your 20s, your 30s, you're not giving birth, you have higher risks of having fibroid. Don't worry, I will explain. Let me get your number. Ah, I beg go. So the reason why it's like that is because of estrogen. Yes, you heard me, estrogen. Like I said, fibroid is sensitive to estrogen and progesterone, these two main hormones, particularly estrogen. So women that have not given birth, maybe in their 20s, in their 30s, have not given birth before, you have what like say more risks of having fibroid than women that are already giving birth. Not like if you're already giving birth, you won't have fibroid. It's not like that. There are other women that already giving birth that also later maybe develop fibroid later in their life. The reason is estrogen. When you are pregnant, you have like estrogen break. The hormone estrogen, you don't need it. You understand? More of progesterone and other hormones that helps to keep the pregnancy. So because of this fibroid and the baby will I say oh, the baby occupies the space of the uterus. So all those factors helps to decrease the risks. Not like you won't have it, but it helps to reduce the risks of developing or having fibroids compared to a woman that have not given birth. So many factors can cause fibroid. Even your diet, the food we eat, the chemicals we bombard our body, all this can cause fibroid. Genetic, family history, maybe if your mom or your grandmother or your anybody in your lineage, they normally have this fibroid, it increases risk for fibroid. Race, like I told you before, our skin and melanin plays a role also on development of fibroid. If you are joining my life, you are welcome. If you are joining my life, I was talking about how important vitamin D is for us as ladies. So the question I was asked, I put on my boss is that can vitamin D help shrink fibroid? Maybe if you have anyone that has fibroid, maybe your sister, your sibling, relative, friends, can vitamin D help shrink fibroid? That's a big question. The answer is yes, it does, it can. And I've explained why in this video, just in case you're joining my life. I've explained why vitamin D can help shrink fibroid. But one of the reasons it can because it helps to close those receptors, let's say fibroid receptors. Fibroid have receptors. They have many receptors in your womb. So what this vitamin D does is that it helps to close those receptors. And when it does, these these cells, like these fibrous cells, because they feed majorly on progesterone and estrogen, particularly mainly estrogen. So anytime you know that the estrogen and progesterone, but I say the major hormone that regulate our cycles, we have other hormones in our body that helps to regulate both ovulation, menstrual cycle, but fibroids are mainly sensitive to estrogen and progesterone. So what it does is that it feeds majorly on these hormones. And because it has so many receptors, receptors are just like door that allows things to come in. So when you take vitamin D, it helps to close that door. And when it closes that door, it would I say reduces their growth. It reduces their growth. That's why you can see someone that can be on vitamin D for months, maybe have large fibroid vitamin D for months, and it starts shrinking it. Starts shrinking it. So it's vitamin D is very, very essential. And one thing again you have to understand about vitamin D is that naturally our body cells are designed like unhealthy cells. The body renews itself. Just imagine if some of the cells in our body don't die off and renew itself. Maybe those dead skin, maybe those cuts you have that are infected, it will heal now. So unhealthy cells in our body dies off naturally and renew itself. But one thing about fibroid cell is that they don't die off easily. That's why someone can have fibroid for years and that thing is still there growing, growing and enlarging. So vitamin D helps to tell those cells it's time to die off. So would I say it fasting of cells division and helps to remove abnormal growths in the uterine muscle cells. So it's very, very essential. And one problem we have is that we that have black melanin, we don't absorb much of this vitamin D, and that is where our problem starts. That's where our problem starts compared to white women. Compared to white women, white women don't. Like I say, most of them don't even suffer from this. Not like they don't. Too. Most of them don't even suffer from this fibroid. Like I say, black women suffer from. Because the reason why it's like that is because of her melanin. When you bring a lady that has less melanin and you bring a lady that has more melanin and you set them on the same sun, maybe for particularly some hours or minutes, that lady that has less melanin, that is more fair, will absorb vitamin D more than the darker lady. This is because our melanin acts like a sunscreen. Even if it protects us from harm, disease, it has like a sunscreen. So our skin don't absorb much of it. I can tell you for sure most black women are vitamin D deficient and they don't even know about it. They are vitamin D deficient. If you are joining my life, you're welcome. Do wait to subscribe. Don't just go like that without subscribing. Don't just go without subscribing. If you are taking vitamin D, and one more thing again, if you are taking vitamin D, you should take note that vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin. And fat soluble vitamins, they need fat to aid in their absorption. You heard me. It's not good to take fat soluble vitamins on an empty stomach. Either you take it with food or you take it after food. And not just any food. You are meant to take it with fat soluble food, like fat salts, something like your avocado, something like your egg, something like your fish, something like olive oil, something that has a lot of fat on it. So if you are taking vitamin D for better absorption, so your body can absorb this vitamin, because if your body don't absorb it, it will just waste, it will just go off like that. Your body will excrete it out. So for it to absorb properly, you need to take it with fat fat food, like fat source food. So if you are taking this vitamin, either you take one egg, take it with egg, or if you have avocado, better. Something like coconut, all those things helps in its absorption. I don't know if it's helpful. If you are joining my live, do wait to subscribe. Don't just go without subscribing. So for those joining my live, I'm discussing about vitamin D. One thing about this vitamin is that you don't have to wait till you have fibroid before you start taking it. If you're a lady here and you're watching me in this screen, You don't have to wait till you have fibroid before you start taking this vitamin. It's important you include it in your daily supplement. It's important you include vitamin D in your daily supplement. As a young lady, particularly if maybe in your childbearing age, it's important to include it in your daily supplement. Gone are the days they say women in their 40s, 50s, but now women in their 20s, 30s tend to have this fibroid. And it's something you should take serious if you're a lady. Don't just ignore. Something you should take serious if you're a lady. Try to include vitamin D in your daily supplement. This is because Black women are more likely to be vitamin D deficient compared to white women. And that is because of our skin. Our melanin can't absorb much vitamin D because we get it from the sun, and it acts as a protective barrier like a sunscreen. I don't know, but it's like I'll go outside. But this Starlink, the network won't be okay to go outside. If you have any question concerning vitamin D and fibroid, you can just drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, you can just drop it in the comment section. Okay, this is granuts. I'm eating granuts. They call it peanuts. They also call it peanuts. It's roasted peanuts. Where are you from? Where are you from? Which country are you from? Which country are you from? Drop it in the comment section. I want to know where you're from. I am almost ending my life because I think it's almost remaining 4 minutes to get to 1 hour. For those of you that do not join me earlier, I was talking about vitamin D. You can see the supplement I'm holding in my hand. I don't know if you can see clearly. Oh yeah. So that's vitamin D. I was talking about the importance of vitamin D when it comes to slowing. Okay, you're from Senegal. You're welcome. So your country won AFCON, right? Congratulations. I love what your country did to is it Morocco? You guys did did them dates. So I'm from Nigeria. I love all my black brothers and my also my white brothers. I love all of you. You're welcome from Senegal. So I'm talking about vitamin D, just for a recap, because I'll be ending my life soon. Importance of vitamin D when it comes to fibroid. See this thing, if you're a young lady of childbearing age, if you know anyone, maybe any of your relations, your siblings, or even yourself, it's advisable to include this vitamin in your daily supplement. Reason because our melanin, our black skin don't make enough vitamin D, don't absorb enough vitamin D compared to white. So it doesn't matter how much sun we are exposed to. The problem is our melanin. It acts like a protective sunscreen for us. If you are joining my life, you're welcome. I am so happy. You understand? Don't just go. Do where to subscribe before going. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be ending the live in within a minute from now. So you can take your time to watch the live, and a lot was discussed about vitamin D. You can also take your time to go through my page. I make health videos, health content. I'm sure you love it. Educational health content. And one more thing, if you're taking vitamin D, since it's a fast soluble vitamin, it will go well with fat food. So it's not something you take on an empty stomach. Something you take either after food or during food or when you're eating. So it's best you take it with avocado, fish, egg, olive oil, coconut oil, or even if you have groundnut like this, you can see the groundnut I'm chewing. It helps absorb it properly. Because if you don't do it like that, let's say some portion of it will just be wasted. So it won't get absorbed properly in your body. So I'll be ending this slide soon. It's 1 hour now. It's 1 hour now, so I think I need to end the slide. So I'll be going off now. So you are from Nigeria. Good country. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. So I'm going off. Bye.